Good morning, class 7. So, today I have decided to start your next chapter, that is chapter number 2, Nutrition in Animals. And in this chapter, we will basically discuss about the nutrition which is found in animals only. In our first chapter, I told you about the nutrition which is present in the plants. As we know that plants are autotrophic, they can synthesize their food, but animals cannot synthesize their food. That is why these are heterotrophic. Okay, all the animals are heterotrophic. So the food which is being taken here is needed to be broken down into simpler form. Okay, nutrition, the meaning of nutrition, you know that when we take the food inside our body, we use it in our different activities. This is known as nutrition. In this type of nutrition, in which food is taken in solid form and when it goes inside the body, then it is being broken down into simple form. Like this is the food which you have taken. This food will be broken down into simple and soluble forms. Okay, it will be converted into small fragments. Okay, this type of process is known as digestion. Okay, so when we are taking the food in a solid form, then nutrition is not as simple as you see. It involves several many processes. Let us see what are the several many processes which we take when we are taking the food. First process is ingestion. Meaning of ingestion is to take the food inside your body, inside your mouth. This process is known as ingestion. Then when you eat this food, this goes into the stomach and in other parts of the digestive system, and this food is broken down into simple and soluble forms. This process is known as digestion. Okay, after digestion, when the food is broken down into simple and soluble form, these nutrients are absorbed in the small and large intestine. This process is known as absorption. Okay, then one more process is there which is known as assimilation. Assimilation. Meaning of assimilation is to use the nutrients. Okay, like you are eating the proteins. When these proteins are broken down into simple form, then the protein will help you in the growth. So the process in which the nutrients are used is known as assimilation. Then this one is the fifth process, which is known as egestion. Egestion means to remove waste from the body. To remove waste means whatever is not needed in your body, you have already used all the food materials, then whatever is left, that is waste, and it will be removed from your body. That is known as egestion. Okay, so the process of nutrition in animals is basically, it is of five processes. Ingestion, to take the to take the food. Digestion, to convert the food into simple form. Then absorption, to take in the nutrients. Then assimilation, to use the nutrients for growth and energy purposes. And then fifth one is egestion, that is to remove the waste products. Now let us discuss about the digestive system which is present in our body in detail. So this is your human digestive system. What are the organs which are present here? Digestive system basically helps in the digestion of the food. Digestion, I already told you that food which you are taking inside the body, it gets converted into simple form. This is known as digestion. For this process, we have a complex structure in our body which is known as digestive system. It starts from the mouth. Okay, in mouth, you know, teeth, tongue is present, and here salivary glands are present. salivary glands. Okay, the function of salivary glands is to produce saliva. Have you noticed some watery kind of substance which comes in your mouth? That substance is known as saliva. It is produced by salivary glands. Okay, so salivary glands, what they do, they produce saliva and they convert starch into sugar. Okay, into glucose, which is a sugar. So in mouth, when you are chewing the food, then what is happening, that starch is going to be broken down into the sugar. Then this is pharynx, which is the neck region. Okay, then it is esophagus. Esophagus is also known as windpipe. Okay, what is windpipe? Sorry, I am so sorry, it is food pipe. Food pipe. What is food pipe? Esophagus. Basically, the food which you eat from here, it goes down to the stomach with the help of this pipe like structure, which is known as esophagus or the food pipe. Okay, then you will find one structure here which is known as stomach. Okay, inside the stomach, food is stored, and the digestive juices which are present in the stomach, these help to digest the proteins which are present in the food. Okay, proteins are digested in the stomach. Here in the stomach, some other substances are also present, which I'll tell you later on. Then, two glands are present, pancreas and liver. Pancreas and liver glands are basically some special type of organs which produce some chemical substances. Okay, these produce some chemical substances. So basically, pancreas and liver are the two more glands. One is present in the mouth, which is known as salivary gland, and pancreas and liver are two more glands which are present in the near the stomach. And liver produce bile juice, and pancreas produce the pancreatic juice, which is you can also say it is the digestive juices. Okay, so these juices are present here, which comes to the small intestine with the help of two things. Gallbladder is the structure which actually stores the bile juice. You can see it is connected to the liver. Liver produces the bile juice, and the gallbladder stores the bile juice, and it is carried to the small intestine, and pancreatic juice is also carried to the small intestine. You can see here it is a very coiled structure which is known as small intestine. In the small intestine, basically, digestion of food occurs, digestion and absorption both. Okay, digestion of carbohydrates and fats occurs in the small intestine with the help of bile juice and the pancreatic juice. Bile juice helps to digest the fats, and pancreatic juice helps to digest the carbohydrates, sugars, and all. Okay, so here in the small intestine, the food is digested, or you can say it is broken down into the simplest form. Then there is another structure which is known as large intestine. Large intestine is basically the structure where when the food travels through this part, then all the water, minerals, and some if nutrients are remaining, these are absorbed here. Then there is another structure which is known as rectum. Rectum stores the waste material, and the waste material is thrown outside the body through the anus. So this is the complete digestive system which you I think you might have understood very well. Now let us discuss some more parts in detail. This is the mouth part, and in mouth you see teeth are present and tongue is present. The function of tongue is to basically mix the food with the saliva, and it also helps in tasting the food. You know, you have read in class 5, I think, that there are different zones or different zones of taste. Some taste buds are present in the tongues which help in tasting the food. So backside it is bitter, side sour, up, front side salty, and front side sweet. Okay, so these are the different taste buds which are present in the tongue, which help in the tasting the food. Now let us see what are the different types of teeth present in your mouth. So incisors, these look like this. Incisors, these are, means if you see front four teeth are known as incisor. Okay, and the function of incisor is to cut the food. Okay, then there are one this side and one this side, that is two. In the in the sides of the incisors are found canines. These look like this, these are sharp ones. Okay, these help in tearing the food. Okay, when anybody is eating flesh or any hard object, then it will be teared by using canines. These are two in number. Okay, and incisors four in number. Then you will find these flat kind of teeth which are two in this side, two this side, that is total four. These look like this, these are the flat ones. These are known as premolars. The function is to grind the food. These help in grinding the food. Then comes the last one, which is known as molars. These look like this, these are the flat, totally flat kind of the teeth. These help in finer grinding. These make the food more fine and fine. Okay, and these also help in crushing the food. When you are crushing anything, you can crush it by this. Okay, so basically four in front, then two, then there are again four, and then six. So these many teeth are present in the in your uh, in your mouth. So basically there are two sets of teeth. One is known as milk teeth. Milk teeth that grows in your body when you are from zero, that is infancy, to around 8 years. These milk teeth grow and they fall off. These are 20 in number. Okay, then after the milk teeth fall, after the age, means whenever the teeth has fallen, then the second set of teeth grows in your mouth, and these are known as permanent teeth. Okay, permanent teeth are that grow from above the 8 age, and these are 32 in number. Then when you have all the all the sets of teeth, then these will be 32. Okay, now let's see what are the what is going to happen when you take the food inside. This is the food which is going in your mouth. Then from the neck region it goes to the food pipe, esophagus. This food you see here, it is known as sphincter. The sphincter is basically, these are the muscles which are sometimes these are inwards, so that the food doesn't go directly into the mouth. It will stop here. Slowly it will move to the stomach. Okay, so the food is goes down to the stomach. Here in the stomach, as I told you, digestive juices are present. These help in digesting the proteins. One more thing is present here, that is known as HCl. HCl is a kind of acid which is present in the stomach, and it helps to kill the germs. If you are eating any food and it has germs, then germs will be killed up by the HCl present here. And one more thing is present, which is known as mucus. Mucus is present in the stomach wall, which helps the stomach to, it protects the stomach from the HCl acid, because HCl acid is very hard. If it remains here, then the walls of the stomach will be destroyed. That is why HCl acid is present there. Okay, so in stomach what happens? Proteins are digested. Now see the small intestine. This small intestine looks like this from inner side. From outer side it is smooth. From inner side you see it has some this kind of hair like structures. These are known as villi. Okay, the function of villi is basically to absorb the nutrients. When the food it is present here in the walls, it is inside the small intestine, then nutrients will be absorbed here in the wall, and these villi are in close contact with the blood vessels. The nutrients are absorbed and these are transported into the blood, and the blood flows in your body and it transports the nutrients into your body. So in this manner small intestine helps in digesting the food as well as it absorbs the nutrients. Okay, then you see this is the large intestine. Okay, this is complete is known as large intestine. Its another word is colon. Okay, the large intestine, when the you see here it is small intestine and it is connected here somewhere, and from here when the food is passed here, then mostly the waste products are present, but some minerals, some salts, some nutrients are still present. When the food passes through the large intestine, then all the water, minerals, salts and other nutrients are absorbed in the large intestine, and once the large intestine means everything is absorbed here till here, then this part which is known as rectum, in this part what happens, the waste products are stored. Okay, all the waste products are stored here. Waste products are stored here, and this waste is expelled out of your body. It is removed from your body through this opening which is known as anus. Okay, this is known as anus. So like this the digestion completes in your body and the waste products are removed. Okay, so this is how I think your chapter is completed. Let's revise it again. Basically nutrition in animals is complex. It is done through the processes ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. There are so many parts in the digestive system and each part has different function. Mouth helps to chew the food, and teeth help in tearing. Tongue tastes the food. Salivary glands digest the sugars, digest the starch. Then esophagus takes the food to the stomach. Then the pancreas produces pancreatic juice, which helps in digestion of carbohydrates and proteins and fats. Liver produces bile juice, which digests the fats. Then when the food is digested, then it travels through the small intestine where the food is absorbed, the nutrients are absorbed. Then it goes to the large intestine where the nutrients and water, mostly the water, is absorbed. Then waste products are stored in the rectum and these are expelled through the anus. These are the taste buds which are present, different kinds of teeth, incisors, canines, premolars, molars, and these are the villi which are present to absorb the nutrients, and this is your large intestine. So now your half of the chapter is completed. Rest of the chapter includes the digestion in other animals like cow, goat, and all. That I'll discuss with you in the next class. Till then, you have time to discuss it. If you have any confusion, you can ask me. I'll provide you notes also. You can learn from there, and rest of the things we will discuss later on. Thank you, class.